Ooh, that was a good one. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the School of Science. My name is Luke, and this is the match preview for the Merseyside Derby, Liverpool versus Everton. Now, this will be kicking off Saturday at 12:30, if I'm not mistaken. It's really early, actually. And I'll be honest, this is probably the best chance we could potentially have in near past and possibly even near future to beat Liverpool at Anfield. Now, bear in mind, we did beat them in the lockdown season, but let's be honest, even with Liverpool's title, it's kind of an asterisk in amongst that victory, if you get me, because no fans, no influences are sort of regard. You know, it's one of them. But yeah. So why is it probably the best chance that we ever have? Well, one of the best chances we could have from the recent past to the near future in beating Liverpool. The main fact of the matter is the fact that this fixture is way too soon for them. In all fairness, this is way too soon for them. Now, if you're wondering what do we mean by that, it's not just the fact that it's a Merseyside derby or anything like that. It's mostly down to the fact that it's probably about 2 to 3 days between a game to them playing now. So they played against Burnley away on Sunday. They've just played Atletico Madrid on Wednesday night. So you've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday midday. They still have a training session as well. So chances are they may even have a training session on Friday, a light training session to do some drills or something like that. So this is the best time to catch them. Because looking at that game against Atletico Madrid, they put a full squad out, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, they had Alisson, Kanate, Van Dijk, Salah, Isak, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Robertson. Most of their first team was out in that game. So for them to come, for them to go into a Merseyside derby after what? Not even 2 full days, not even 3 full days. It's, everything screams, come on Everton, let's smash these. But yeah, the only thing is though, they are, how can I put this? They've become experts at late game drama. Their closest winning goal, their earliest winning goal, if I'm not mistaken, was like the 80th minute or 82nd minute. They seem to become a masterclass at it. So they've had the late goals against Bournemouth, they've had the late goal against Newcastle, they've had the late goal against Arsenal, the late goal against Burnley, the late goal against Atletico Madrid. 5 games that I can think of off the top of my head where it's late goals. The Arsenal one being a late free kick, the Burnley one being a late penalty, the Newcastle one, it was down to 10 men of Newcastle, and it was one of their new lads making a debut, only 19 years old, with a goal out of the blue. So everything, they're so late game, it's not even funny. I'm not sure whether this is an Arnie Slot thing or whether this is just them. This is just happenstance in a way. It's beyond me. But if I'm not mistaken, this is the ideal for us. Like I said, we're talking about a fatigued Liverpool team. Everything screams it. So they've had 3 days, 2.5 days rest in a way. How can I put this? 2.5 days. Van Dijk looked like he was carrying a bit of a knock. Salah looked like he was carrying a little bit of a knock near the end there. They sort of seemed like they were lumbering around at the very end of that game. And we're rested. We've had a good week to rest. We've had a good week to work on things. Mykolenko most likely be back. So we could even see the likes of a lineup of a 4-2-3-1 where it's basically Pickford, Mykolenko, Tarkowski, Michael Keane, Jake O'Brien, James Garner, Idrissa Gana-Gueye, Jack Grealish, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall, Ndai, and Beto. You could have that lineup potentially, and it's a lineup that should put fear into them because it's a lineup that loves to do a very high press. So with the likes of Mykolenko providing for Jack Grealish, that's really good to see. And again, James Garner being back into the middle of the park, that's another good thing because it's just strength after strength after strength for us at this point in time. On top of that, also, Darren England. He doesn't really like Liverpool all too much. I've had to look at the previous games. All the previous Premier League games, I think Liverpool have won one of them. With Everton, we've only lost one. And also, we've never had red cards off Darren England, so touch wood. We don't get one today. Obviously, it is like drama, it is at Anfield, and chances are their VAR official, basically the one who wears a Liverpool shirt on the sly, as we all know. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but it's going to be down here. He will most likely be the one, forcing the decisions towards Liverpool, because I know Darren England doesn't like them all too much. But yeah, so what are we expecting? We're expecting a David Moyes team here that should be absolutely punching at them from the word go. The main thing we need to do is basically hit them from the off. Now, one side of me was thinking of, for the first half, just playing keep away with them. So we maintain possession, but keep it around the middle to the high end of the pitch and just keep prodding at their keeper. Just keep prodding and prodding and prodding. But while we're doing that, also making sure we're maintaining possession. So Ndiaye, Drewsbury Hall, Garner, Adjusted Garner, Gay, Jack Grealish, putting it about themselves, just keeping it around the middle of that park. Anytime a hole shows up, so let's say for argument's sake, Van Dijk overstretches or Kanate overstretches and creates a nice little gap there. Get Beto to thread through and just a nice direct low pass through into Beto. Cut that line wide open and a nice easy goal. Because what we've got to take into account is Virgil van Dijk. He's not a hard man. He's not a big, hard, roughy-tufty man that people used to portray him as. He's a shithouse. He is an honest-to-God shithouse. So in them situations, all Beto has to do, if Van Dijk tries to go with him, he goes back and basically just squares up to him. If Van Dijk puts a gnarly challenge in, you just square up to him. You say, you want to go? Come on, lad. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's have a go. You do stuff like that, he backs off rather quickly, and then he's always checking over his shoulder. It was apparent in the Burnley game in particular. What was his name off the top of my head? I can't even remember off the top of my head. Anthony, if I'm not mistaken. I think he had a good charge on him. And from there, it was just a situation where Van Dijk was constantly sort of looking over his shoulder. In some situations, it was basically turned to Kanate and said to him, look, you mark him, I can't deal with him. Because that's it. What you'll end up finding is with Van Dijk, I know some of the other Evertonian YouTubers said this, and it is apparent, when you watch a few of the games back, and when they concede, Van Dijk backs off his marker. He backs away from the marker and creates an opening. But what he'll do is he'll have a little poke and a prod at them. And then he backs off. So they still think that he's sort of on them. And they don't really go for the ball all too much. But I digress. So this is honestly, I've said this probably 20 odd times already. And I'm probably going to say it 20 odd more times. This is probably one of the best chances we have at going at this bloody derby. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not going to turn around and say, oh yeah, we're going to smash him, because that's never the case. When it comes to the Merseyside derby, it exists outside of the standard space and time when it comes to normal football and logic. When one team is meant to be favourites to batter the other team, it's never really a case, in all fairness. It's one of them. I mean, I always remember, like I said, that Liverpool team that won the league, we trounced them at Goodison, we trounced them at Anfield, and they still went on to win. I mean, there's been seasons where we've just looked, 2 seasons back. Let's look at that one. So the one at Goodison, in and around April, if I'm not mistaken, the 2-0 game, we basically let them have all the ball, have all the possession, but when it counted, we broke them open and we got the goals. I mean, Calvert-Lewin and Branthwaite being the goal scorers. But yeah, I'm happy about it. I mean, I'm hoping this is the time that we start seeing, I wouldn't really be putting Dibbling in on this one. I wouldn't be giving them the baptism of fire with this one. But I would say, in terms of substitutions, like I've said, like many people have probably said, and I'm going to say myself, we've got essentially a full squad there to replace anyone who's, not cutting the mustard. So let's say, for argument's sake, Idrissa Gana Gueye or James Garner just don't seem to be in it. You can swap them out, whether that be with Timothy Burnham or even Milan Raul. If Iliman Ndie's looking a bit sluggish, bring him off, get Dibbling on. If Mikalenko picks up a little bit of a knock, you could potentially bring James Garner back into the left back position, or you could even resort to Adam Asnou He is there. He needs to be used. That was my phone. I am sorry. Who was that? That was a weather app. Thanks, weather app, you asshole. But yeah, again, middle of the park. If, let's say, is Patterson fit? I think Patterson's ready, isn't he? Or is he doubtful? Not 100% certain. By the time this is uploaded, in about 3 hours after this gets uploaded, I know David Moyes will be getting behind the camera and doing his pre-match for the derby. So he will give us an update in regards to Patterson, Branthwaite, and potentially Mikalenko. But he did say Mikalenko was kind of on the fence of whether he was going to start off for the Aston Villa game. So he should be fit and ready to go for this game. But yeah, so where was I with this? Sorry. So James Garner could go as a left back if Mikalenko pulls up, or he could resort to Adam Asnu. In all fairness, though, Asnu would be good for this one because he's an attacking left back. And I do think an attacking left back with Jack Grealish is an absolute match made in heaven. If them two are bouncing down there, you're going to get the Baines and PNR dynamic. So yeah, so from that situation again, I'm bloody going off topic here. But yeah, so left side of the park, if Jack Grealish hits an injury, God forbid he doesn't, or he's just not cutting the mustard and he needs to be brought off, you have Iliman and Dye either go on the left and Dibbling comes on, or you could even just turn around and say, Dwight, come on, show us your worth, bud. Or Charlie. We've got Charlie Alcaraz there. I have forgotten all about him. I do feel so terrible because I love the guy. I forgot that we have Charlie Alcaraz, a very skillful and a player I do think would love to get a pound of flesh. A pound of carbide flesh on the bottom of his studs, you know? He's one of those sort of players. You wrong him, he'll wrong you back, if you get me. So he's a good one for this one as well. So you could have him fall into the middle of the park. That's if Drewsbury Hall's not cutting it. There's so many players that we got that we can work with. Again, better if he doesn't work, Barry goes in. Or you could even really test the field. As I said in the post-match for Aston Villa, Iliman and Dye up top. Dibbling right wing. So basically you have him operating as the false nine almost. So you've got basically a nice clustered attacking midfield almost, but one of them is technically the number 9. With that being in Dye, because he knows where the net is. He is brilliant at being that last man and getting that foot on the ball into the net. We've seen it with the Brighton game. And we even seen it with the Wolves game. 2 games back to back he did it. And I can't tell you anymore. I just really wrote a script. This is purely just, how can I put this? This is quite literally just me going off on a little tangent here. No script or anything. I'm not sure whether you can see this. Basically, you can see me here. There's nothing on that monitor. It's just me going off a script at the moment. And it's good. I am enjoying it. But yeah, I'm not going to make a match prediction because I don't do match predictions. I really hate them. If someone said to me, oh, what do you think the score's going to be? Normally, I would say, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't like to say, you know. You get that, but really, I'm just saying, shut up. I don't want to talk about it because if I say it, it's going to guarantee to be wrong and it's probably going to go the complete opposite way. So if I say Everton are going to win 2-0, they're probably going to lose 3-0. So shut up. You know, it's one of them. I don't like talking about score predictions. When people say them, let's say for argument's sake, if it's someone on the street, they just go, oh, what do you think? How we're going to do? I'll humour them. I'll go, oh yeah, maybe a 1-0 or a 2-1. But really, I don't want to talk about them because it goes wrong no matter what. If I say a 1-1 draw, it's going to end up being a 2-1 win or a 2-1 loss. If I say, oh yeah, we're going to win 1-0, it's actually going to be a 1-0 draw, 0-0 draw, or even a 1-0 loss. Oh yeah, we're going to win 17-0. No, we end up losing about 3-0. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm sorry, I'm sleep deprived, I'm tired, I've been bloody running, gym. If you're wondering why I'm doing all this, well, through the magic of editing, why don't we, I'll show you why. Okay, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So I will be taking part in the Everton and Communities 10K events. This will be taking part on, well, this will be taking taking place on the 11th of October. It was meant to be the 12th, but they have actually moved the times around. But yeah, so I am really excited to be part of this. It's sort of Everton in the community mean an absolute lot to me. As you can probably tell in the link below, my granddad was also with the Pass on the Memories with Everton in the community, and the team who operated with them, well, the team around the Pass on the Memories were absolute godsends. They were lovely, lovely people. And you know what? They even had them going in with the wider community as well, with Everton in the community. At the kids' night, interacting with the old people there with the Pass on the Memories, and he gained a really, really loving bond with a young little lad called Omar. Absolutely lovely kid. And you know what? Stuff like that, I could not thank Everton in the community enough. Hence the reason why I'm doing the 10K event. Now, if you want to help fund Everton in the community, you want to help them in any way, shape, or form, I have got a Just Giving page down below. If you can donate to that, that would be massively appreciated. If not, do not worry. All the ad revenue generated by YouTube is going into that. Basically, from when I signed up to it, which was a week ago, to the 11th, is going to basically get donated to it, and I am going to match it out of my own pockets as well. So please, 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 if you can donate, great. If not, just watch my videos, show the support on the channel, like, comment, share, stuff like that helps massively, just for the fact that it helps with the YouTube algorithm and all stuff like that. This shirt, it looks wet. It's not wet, I swear to God. It looks wet though. But yeah, so as I was saying, if you guys can donate, that is massively appreciated. If not, just watch my videos, like, comment, share, subscribe if you can. Become a part of the YouTube membership, because as these guys know right down here, being a part of it is absolutely awesome. You are helping fund something amazing by doing that. Whether it's with Everton in the community or whether it's helping me sort all this stuff out to make this all better for you guys, it's just any way you guys can help me is massively appreciated, and any way you guys can help Everton in the community is massively appreciated as well. But in any case, guys, I have rambled on for way too long here. I do apologize. This was meant to be a nice short one, but I never do short videos. But yeah, in any case, guys, again, for the final time, thank you so much for watching. You know what to do. Like, comment, share, do all that lovely stuff. Donate, please. It's down below in the description. Please donate if you can. But yeah, take care. Have a great rest of the week. Up the fucking toffees. And peace.